go. So reading across the top on it's B number test. It says Nimsiki Kumosha Chazivuk the Zun Shal Chayom Hu Godel Mishal Lailo Kach Yichud Kriya Shema Shal Hamida Shal Hayom Hu Godel Mishal Lailo. It's also going to be greater. Kuvarn is Boyer, it's Leinu Ba'arech Wi'ilon Sham. Now let's look at number test and see what he wants to tell me here. Number test in the light print says like this. Geshem Shezivug Zun Na'asacha B'Tefillah Chakras. So as we see that the Zivug Zun happens in the Tefillah Chakras, what happens? Ola Ba'archa relationship to that Al Zivug Zun An Na'asa B'Chatzas Alayla. There's some similarities. Shehem Zivug the Chakras who's Zivug Yaakov and Rachel. There is a yichud that takes place between Yaakov and Rachel. I said I was just speculating. I was thinking that why is that so important? Because during the weekdays, you're really sort of like in the mire of life, so to speak, and that represents Yaakov and Rachel. That's what Rachel is the Keres, she's Malchus, she's at the bottom, and Yaakov is her man. So he said, I mean that's an idea that I'm working. The Chatzos Alayla who rock Zivug the Yaakov Leah, but it's different. It's only a Zivug of Yaakov, but not with Rachel, who's the character bias, who's down at the bottom, but it's with Leah. So he said, "V'gam gam azibud the Abba v'Imach and the Azar Kriya Shema Shal Chakras," and there's a yichud whenever we say Kriya Shema, causes a yichud in Abba v'Imach. Oilach ba'arko al zivug Abba v'Imach. So relatively speaking, it's related to that. And the Azar Kriya Shema Shal Hamita, which takes place the Kriya Shema Shal Hamita. She says, "Shall bezivug the chakras nimshach and the mochan de b'chin chitzonius atik." So this is something we learned previously, that the locations of where the actual identifiable shorish could be, over there is the chitzonius of atik, which is extremely high, or panimistic. Ve'eda b'kriya shemash alamita nimshach and the mochan de b'chin chitzonius abba ve'ima, that bilvad, we already went through that, so it's a much lower level of brightness, I guess you would say. Something like that. Let's go over here. We have a little number test here down the bottom also. And let's see what it says. So it went on the phrase, Nimsaki kumosha zivug dezun shal hayom ku godol mishal lailo. What does this mean? He says, B'pashtus nira HAKAVANOT. So in the simple understanding, you could see what he's getting at. The ma shazivug hayom godol mishal lailo. The fact is that it is greater. 1 second. Shal lailo. Who machmas hamavur l'cholon is because of what we're explaining later on. The laila chazivug de bia rishon. And we're going to get to this idea which we have seen before. Is that the light, but he's now touching it onto the concept of the lila. The lila is the concept of preparation. It's the zivug de bia rishona, which makes it possible for that. Who hazivug de bia rishona, the bia rishona, who rak hachona the hazivug agamor laholeda. So this is really just an achana and the azabit of the chakras. So these are connected in that sense. It says that the ball starts really the incipience of that yichud takes place at night, starts at nighttime. So he says like this. So he says it's been explained a lot. So that's the Kriya Shema in the morning. There are lots of kama chilukim, different parts that are in common, I guess he means, or maybe means differences between the hamshach of the Kriya Shema v'azivug the tefilos. V'azivug the chakras hu hama'ula shebakulam kemin shehu zivug the Yaakov Rachel. So that's what the interesting thing is, because this is the lowest level of yichud. That is, if it's taking place in relationship to Zeranpen, and but it's considered to be the Ma'ula. So since you have this coming now, this is really the highest level. And now compare that to what's going on in the Yichud at nighttime. it's not Yaakov and Rachel, which is at the very. In other words, I'm thinking that going along to Rabbi Nachman and that kind of thinking is that I'm always thinking like this, is that what you're doing is why it's Ma'ula, Yaakov and Rachel, is because it's really coming from the bottom. That's really very important. That's the weekday. So he said, but at nighttime, it's a yichud between Yaakov and Leah, Mechachaza Lamata, where you see that Leah's yisod extends, I guess, and they from the down to the chaza, and so on and so on. There's a yichud. That was a drush where the yisod of Yaakov is able to rise up to the das, and the das is the place where you have the yichud of the das extends down into the chaza, which is the same place that yisod of the male is able to reach that, and that's how that yichud takes place. I'm just trying to remember it for myself. So he said, so they're really going to be a lesser quality of light that's coming to them at that time. But it's like what you say, like the greasing the path type of thing. Okay, we have a couple of minutes more. Let's read number Yud on the top up here. We're going paragraph by paragraph. So it become renewed. So we're working that idea also. What's the difference between new and renewed? What does renewed actually mean? So he said, and after doing with the panim and ach ba'ach, but we'll go through that. So he ties this being the renewal is the of your greatness of your faith. What does that mean? Ki hamalchus hadnikras amuna. So this is greatness of malchus. Na'ases gedoyda v'rabacha b'kol halayla. It becomes greater, bigger, b'kol halayla over the course of the night. Then al yedei what? Kol neshamas hatachtonim ha'olim b'kol layla. They go up every single night. The hikala v'la'afkuch his aver b'socha. So he said to be incorporated in what? Does it mean to this aver become impregnated inside of it? They his chadesh, in order to become completely new, or this asa this aver. It sounds like it's become impregnated, to be conceived or something like that, to be more solidified. His chadesh sham b'kiyosef b'socha. So while being in that place, this man that was going on here. He said, they come out completely renewed. So we had a break in the tape in the video, and I'm attempting to repair it. So I lost a little bit of the flow and a little bit of the flavor. I'm going to come up to this phrase here, but nimshach shefagam el haneshamos that are also included in her. That is, those neshamos that went up at nighttime. They become renewed there. That through the fact is they come up to a much higher place. And then we wake up in the morning and they come back to us. But renewed because they went back to their source. So what does exactly that mean? Obviously we can see that Chadashim lebakarim, they're new for the mornings. So in the mornings they're ready to go again. Rabba amunasecho, great is your amuna. So we said before that amuna is the concept of malchus. So he said the amunasecho, that your amuna, let's find it here. That is malchus. He rabba, great. Shenis ravis v'nigdalis al yedecha b'sha'olim sha'olim malacha kol ha'neshamas ha'tachtoni, because all of this aliyah that comes up to her at that time, by yedei zeh mischadshos v'neshamos, and this also renews the neshamos. I think that's the right place. I'm a little confused now, but anyway, that's it for today. I hope I did get to the right place. This is Baruch Flashman. It's a Tikkun Elevator Kolo.